$220,000 of student loans out for my undergraduate degree, and here's what I've learned so far because I was a idiot at 18. Let me tell you, as a 27-year-old, so 9 years later, I am so at myself. But once again, I'm the one who made this decision. I put myself in this situation. It is no one's fault but my own. But with that being said, here's what I would have done differently. First off, I would have gone to community college and got my basics out of the way. I would have gotten an associate's degree. I would have gotten all of those core credits that are required at most universities done for that weren't a part of my degree. I would also see which school I wanted to go to and see if I could get any of those entry 101 classes done for my degree, like for my major, done at community college. Secondly, I would live at home and go to a school close by. I understand that a lot of people are going to tell me, oh my God, the schools by me are horrible. I need the college experience. I got to go away from home. I get that. I have a great job. And it doesn't matter where my degree's from. I maybe an Ivy League and maybe for other professions, but I'm in medical device sales. It doesn't matter where my degree's from. I would also never take out a private student loan. I have private student loans, $170,000 worth. I paid off my $50,000 federal student loan in 9 months. It was so easy to pay off comparatively to that private student loan because the interest compounds daily. And additionally, I have to pay the lump sum. I can't allocate certain funds to a certain loan. It's all or nothing. I can never reduce my minimum monthly payment. So those are a few things that I would do differently. Please let me know if you have questions. I am praying someone can learn from my mistakes so that at 18, they make the right decision. So at 27, they don't hate themselves like I do.
Just going to come out and say it. I am in a shit ton of student debt, and I could elaborate on how that happened. But essentially, I went to pharmacy school at a private institution. My student loans got paused due to COVID, and then they were just like in forbearance for 5 years. And I think I kind of thought that it was possible that maybe I would magically fly under the radar of the federal government and the Department of Education forever, and they would forget about me, and that was how my loans would get forgiven. And I just received notice this week that my forbearance was lifting and my payments would resume starting in July of this year. So we're kind of in an interesting situation now where we had previously been saving money for a house. We currently live in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, which works really well for us. But one of my goals, my husband's goal, is to live in a house that is conducive to multi-generational living so that our moms can live with us when they retire. I know that's not for everybody, but that's something that's really important to us. And so we've been saving aggressively towards that. But now we kind of have to shift our strategy because I've got this mountain of student loans. So first thing that we're going to do is take a look at my federal loans, which are comprised of a bunch of smaller loans. We're going to attack the loan with the highest interest rate, which for me is 7.9%. I think the balance on that loan is $34,000. Once we knock out that loan, hopefully that will shrink our monthly payment, which I don't even know what the monthly payment is going to be. That's TBD apparently. Then we're just going to continue trying to knock them out. But if you can relate, if you are in a situation where you have a shit ton of student loans, but you're also trying to save for a house and you're trying to maybe see if it's possible at all to do that simultaneously, I hope you follow along. I also just want this to be a space where being in debt is like destigmatized, because I think that there's just a lot of like negative rhetoric towards and about people who have a ton of student loans, being that they get forgiven. And it's just unfortunate that our society is set up the way it is, and it's so expensive to get an advanced degree, but that's just the reality of the world that we live in for now. So we're just trying to make the best of it. But yeah, if you can relate to that at all, I hope that you follow along, because I know that I can't be the only one in this situation.